surgery, I feel like, is such a dark hole because once you get something done, you think you're going to be happy, but you're not. It was actually making us feel worse because I was getting more and more and more further away from like who I was, like when I was young. And like, who am I trying to impress? Because I'm not impressing myself.
Hello, I'm Chloe.
When I first got on TV at 19, I did not give a I was this big personality. I'd go out and get drunk. I get scared to speak my own mind now. I never used to be like that. Saying I'm ugly, I'm fat, my nose is big, I actually started to believe it.
Did you feel beautiful?
No. So I get upset.
What changed?
I looked in the mirror and I was like, who are you? I've had my bum reversed. I really want to like find myself again.
What do you think the future holds for you?
Being vulnerable with someone is so hard for us. I want to find love for myself.
So on that, here's my challenge.
Oh, God. That hit deep. Watch my glow up. I am going to be the best version of myself.
What's up, everyone? Before we jump into today's conversation, just a quick ask from me. If you're finding value in these episodes, please consider hitting that subscribe button. It's a small click for you, but it means the world to us to keep growing this community. And don't forget, we're always reading your comments. So let us know who you want to see on the show next. I'm so happy and I'm so proud that you're here.
Thank you. And thank you for having us as well. I'm excited. This is really out my comfort zone. You know what it is? I'm just so happy that I pushed myself to do it because this is a nerve wreck to me. Like this is, oof.
No, why is that the case? Because in the research, what I've noticed is that I have never seen you do alone. I've never seen you do a full-length interview.
No, I haven't. I don't know. I just something that like, it's just so out my comfort zone and I don't feel comfortable. I feel like I'm scared to say the wrong thing because I don't want to get the backlash. I get scared to speak my own mind now, but I never used to be like that. That's what I'm trying to get to the bottom of. Like when I first got on TV at 19, I did not give, sorry to swear, a fuck. Like I was this big personality. I'd go out and get drunk and I did not care about what anyone thought about us. But now that I'm older and stuff and I know what backlash I can get, I'm just on such a journey at the minute that I'm scared because I don't want to like affect me peace that I'm trying to achieve and I want to find love for myself. So I'm just nervous, but I feel like I don't want to be this time next year in the same position. So that's why I thought, you know what it is, Chloe, step out your fucking comfort zone and do something different.
Yes. So on that, here's my challenge. This is the same challenge I gave to Pete Wicks when he came in, is I said, look, in this conversation, I promise you're safe.
Right.
There will be no judgment whatsoever. Mm-hmm. We're going to go on a journey.
Yes, I want the journey. I love the journey.
You like the journey? You like the
I love a journey. Yes, love a journey.
We're about to go on this long journey, right? But in the journey, the key is to be truthful and transparent and be reflective. And that's the key, is what you were thinking, what you were feeling during those times.
Yes.
Fair enough?
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
All right. So here's where I would love to start. A place that I've never been, that I want to go. Newcastle.
Newcastle is the best night out ever because not only is everything so cheap, you can go to a bar and get free treble vodkas for £5. So in London, that's probably about 25 quid, which is, I think it's a rip-off, do you know what I mean? And not only that, like everyone in like Newcastle is so friendly, everyone's dead lively. Like I am so grateful that I grew up in Newcastle. I love it.
All right, so describe growing up. Because I need to know, because I know the Chloe today, right? But what was Chloe like as a little girl?
I was always like wild and outspoken. Like I was always like, I just did my own thing. I didn't ever listen to my mum. I was like, my mum wanted us once to put like, she loved sparkle, but I always wanted to get my own way when I was younger. I was never hard work, but I just knew what I wanted. Growing up for me was quite difficult, especially like school time because I was dyslexic. I found it really hard to read and write, so I didn't like school, and like I had really bad teeth. So I couldn't be my 100% self because I was too embarrassed to speak because of my tooth, and I used to get bullied for it. So like growing up for me, I absolutely hated school. But like because I hated that, I put my focus onto something else. So like I used to have such a passion for ice skating, figure skating.
Okay.
So I used to absolutely love, like before school, I'd go after school, and I just feel like that's where I could be like my authentic self.
Was doing that.
Ice skating, yeah.
But let's even go back, because so you just said something that I find so interesting, is you said like I had bad teeth, right?
I did, really bad.
But when I think back to me as a little boy, right, I think, gosh, I had bad teeth, right? But at the time, I didn't think I had bad teeth.
Yeah.
It's only when I look back and I see. So you're saying that at the time, as a little girl, you felt as if
Because people
You
used to
had
say, people used to say I shouldn't even laugh, but now I can because that's like I've got lovely teeth. Used to call us disco teeth because my tooth used to stick out, so that made us really conscious. So I feel like I couldn't be myself because I couldn't show my personality because I didn't want to show my teeth. So at school that was a real struggle. So I used to skive off school. Not only that, obviously I found it really hard to read and write. And like I remember I was in like a history lesson and the teacher knew fine well that I couldn't read, and she said, "Right, I want Chloe to read this page." And like I remember that I just could not get the words out. Like I still struggle out, but I'm a lot better. And I just wanted the full ground to just swallow us up. I was dead hot, and I just feel like that's where a lot of my triggers have come from what that teacher did to us. She knew fine well what she was doing, and then everyone was laughing in the class, and that was just one of the worst days of my life.
Really?
Yeah, really, really hated it.
So this is interesting. One of the worst days of your life, you track back to being, how old were you?
I was about 13.
You were 13?
I was in high school, maybe 13, 14.
All right. And you knew that you would struggle reading out loud. You believe the teacher knew that you would struggle.
100% she knew, because I used to get taken out my lessons to do, like, where you get extra help. So she knew fine well what she was doing.
So you read it.
And then everyone was just laughing. And I was just, when you want, like, the ground to swallow you up. And I was, like, trying to hide with my shoulders. I was, like, trying to hide my shoulder blades. So that was, like, one of my worst memories from growing up.
Okay. So when you think about memories like that, do you believe that shaped then if you were shy or confident?
I think it was more a case of like I didn't feel like I was like everyone else because everyone else were like new education, like they all could read in the lesson and stuff. So I felt like I was like, I don't understand, why am I so different to everyone else?
Okay. What was family like? Parents together? Because I understand they separated.
Yeah.
But early on, how old were you when your parents separated?
So my mum and me dad separated when I was about 5. So like my dad wasn't always in my life. So that's why I feel like I have a big trust issue with men. Like, I find it really hard to trust people, especially men.
Okay. If we can just explore that a little bit, because how we first felt love, or more so felt secure, has a large impact on how we then love or feel secure or not as adults. So if you go back to 5, you said your parents split up at 5. Did you feel that at that time? You felt as if...
That's the first time that I ever felt like a feeling of being upset. So like I remember that my mum went to my dad's door and like put a ring through it, but obviously I didn't understand, but I seen her emotional, and that's when I like had my first like stage of feeling like hurt, because I don't like seeing my mum upset. So like I think because I've actually started seeing like a life coach / therapist, and she said there's always like a root to each problem. So she was like getting to know us like what you were, and she said like now, like, I find it really hard that I'm older to be vulnerable with people, and like I'm always helping people out, but I'll never want help from them. If I'm going through a bad or shit time, I will do it myself. I feel like being vulnerable with someone is so hard for us. I hate crying in front of people now, but I never used to be like that. Okay. So there's always like a trigger towards it.
Okay, so you track a lot of this back to watching your mother.
Maybe.
So if when you were watching your mother with your father, you're saying that your mother didn't want your father to leave.
I don't know the full story because I was so young, but I just know that like they were getting separated, and she obviously put the ring through the door, and then obviously he went with someone else.
Okay, so he was with someone else.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Okay, so then at that point, did you carry on a relationship with your father?
Yeah, but not as much because we used to all live together, and then obviously when he separated, he just lived his life with my stepmom.
Okay. Who did you have a relationship with?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, it did. But it was like obviously a little bit weird for us. But obviously I was happy because I've got my sister and stuff now. But as a young person, you don't really understand what's going on. Okay,
this is fair. So in the household, how did you feel as if things changed? Because it definitely it's drastically changed, right? Mm-hmm. Because it was just you and your mother.
Yeah. Well, I think my main thing was like when I went to school and people would always say like, oh, I've got a mum and dad back at home. And it used to like, I wasn't jealous in a way, but I thought, oh, I wish I still had that. Like I found it like uncomfortable when people were speaking about like the mum and dad being at home. I thought like, I really want that. Okay. But I would never want to speak about it. I don't know why. I don't know why I wouldn't want to speak about it, but I just knew I kept all this to myself.
Okay. So you never expressed to anyone
No.
that you were hurt?
No. I've always kept a lot of things to myself.
Did you have anyone that you felt like you could talk to at that time?
No, I never wanted to speak to my mum about, God, I feel like I'm going to get upset. I don't want to because I look gorgeous. So I feel like I didn't ever want to speak to my mum about stuff like this because I didn't want her to be hurting. Like, I didn't want her to be stressed and upset about me when I knew that she was going through her thing.
Okay. But this is what I find so interesting, is to your point, because I know you now,
Yeah.
is that you are someone who does help everyone,
Yeah.
but I feel like doesn't help themselves.
Yeah, no, yeah, 100%, yeah.
As much as they
I'm
should.
always there for, like, if my friend's struggling, if it's about mental health or about a partner, I'm the first one there. But, like, if I'm going through something, like, I don't know why, but, like, something's changed, I just deal with it myself. Like, my friends even, like, Chloe, like, you're never vulnerable before, like, you never really, obviously, if I sometimes do cry, but, like, it takes us a lot to cry in front of them. But, like, at night time and stuff, when I'm, like, hurt or I'm feeling a certain sort of way, like, you know, like, when you cry, it's, like, a painful cry. Yeah. Like, that's what it is. But I would never, like, do that in front of them. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because, like, I don't want to show weakness.
Yeah. But also, what I think about is a little girl, your father is no longer there. Mm-hmm. You're being bullied at school. You're being made fun of at school. Mm-hmm. And you're alone. And I think that's something to acknowledge.
Yeah.
And it's important to go back to that space because we can now reframe it. But in that zone, what would you have told that little girl who was coming home after these people are saying these vicious things and you feel like you can't talk to anyone? What would you tell her?
I think, like, that I would tell her now, I would say, like, everything is going to be okay. Like, you are beautiful. Like, when I was doing, like, my life coaching lesson, she was saying that because I always doubt myself, I always say, like, God, you look ugly today, you look fat. And she said something to us that really stuck in my head. So when I'm saying these nasty comments to myself, she said, this one hits deeper than the Titanic. She said, when you were saying all these nasty things to yourself, imagine that you were saying that to your younger self. Yes. And it really hit deep, like, it really made us emotional. So, like, if I could say that to my younger self now, I'd say, like, look at where you're going. Like, you are so beautiful. Don't care what anyone says, but I just feel like I can't get out that frame of mind.
Okay. So then, did you feel beautiful?
No.
Okay. You said that you had an outlet of ice skating.
Mm-hmm. I felt beautiful on the ice.
You did?
Yeah, I felt sexy.
You did?
Yeah, very sexy, but not like in school or anything, but like on the ice I felt, oh yeah, I look good. Yeah.
What was it about ice skating other than you felt sexy, right? But how did you become even... Like, how does one start ice skating? Is that something that you do in Newcastle?
It's just like, my mum wanted to start a sport, and then she asked us, like, what sort of sport that would you like to do? And I said ice skating would be good. And it became like me everything. Like, it was me escape from school. Like, I love going there before school, after school, and I could just really be myself on the ice. I was like, fuck, this is something that I'm actually good at, because I wasn't good in school. I didn't feel good about myself, and I thought, this is something that I want to do.
Really?
Yeah.
So this is how frequent were you ice skating? Was this
every other day?
Really?
Yeah, I had a coach, I had a choreographer. I used to go to Sheffield for like lessons and stuff. But obviously it wasn't as good. Like, it was hard because like my mum didn't have a lot of money. So like it would be like £15 an hour for a lesson, which is a lot of money for us back then. We had nothing. And like any work that she did would go at my ice skating because she really wanted us to succeed in it. So if I had a day where I had a bad day on the ice, it would affect our mood and our like relationship, because we would argue a lot about it. So it's like it was a lot of pressure on us to do good because everything that she was working for was going on me.
Interesting. So what was the idea? Was the thought that you would pursue this professionally?
Professionally, yeah.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, going from there, I would love to have done that, but I was never, ever, like, Olympic standards. That's everyone's goal. When you go to a sport, you want to be in the Olympics. But I never, like, ever thought that I was good enough for the Olympics.
Okay. So what did you think? What was your
ideal? My end thing, I wanted to be, like, an ice skating choreographer. Because I just, like, I'm not the best dancer, but I just love to get it out there and dance. Yes. Like, I feel like I could like, if I'm, you know, like, when I'm drunk and I like dancing, I just feel like I really get it out. Mm-hmm. I love it. I feel like I can be my true self when I just have a little dance.
Yes. So at what age are you when you are now, you think, you know, you're at the top of your game in ice skating. How old are you?
Top of my game, probably 15, 16.
Okay, 15, 16. You're ice skating every day. At that point, what was your social circle like?
Social circle was quite small, to be honest. I kind of kept myself to myself. Like I just lived, breathed, slept, ice skating. I kept myself to myself. I've always been quite a lone wolf, to be honest. Like I've never really had a lot of friends. But like ice skating was my friend, the ice rink was my friend, like at this point, because that was my absolute passion. But then like obviously I started getting a little bit older. I started like going out on the drink a little bit, started getting interested in boys, and that's where it just started to go like a little bit downhill for me.
Okay. How so?
Just because I had my first drink and I thought, oh, this is a bit nice. This is great. But then like, because I was going out and having a bit of drink and then I was missing my ice skating practices, then it would cause like a ructure in mine and my mum's relationship and stuff, because she was working so hard and we didn't have a lot of money. And like, it just become like all downhill from then. And I was like, what am I doing with my life? I don't know what to do anymore.
Okay. So you were missing ice skating, you were drinking, right? You were partying. Did you feel like you were surrounding yourself with different people?
Yeah, because I just wanted to go out on the drink and stuff, but like I was just basically like all that time and effort and that money, I just threw it away.
Okay. And to this day, do you feel like you threw it away?
Not threw it away, because I'll always like love it. It's a big part of my life, but like I wish I could have done things a bit differently. I wish, like, obviously I don't think you should regret anything in life, because everything that you do is always a lesson, and I'll always say that. But I wish that I feel like I lost myself a lot when I went on TV, and I feel like ice skating was who I was, and I just like threw it away. And I lost a part of myself when I did that.
You know, it's so interesting to hear you say this, because there was one point in the research where I saw that you wrote, you wrote this on Instagram, that this is maybe 2021, that you would give up all the money in your bank account to be able to go back to that little girl and ice skate.
I would. So I won't get upset.
But it's
tissues.
Yeah, there's tissues there.
Because I was just at my happiest then.
Yeah.
No worries. Like, no tax. No tax fails though. I don't mind tax pay. By the way, I pay it all the time. Just let you know, government. But just like, I was just so like happy.
Yes.
When I did my ice skating.
Yes.
And then like, obviously like I got the after ice skating and stuff, and I remember I needed to get a job, because obviously I needed to help my mum out, because it was just such a struggle for like, she couldn't afford, like, we couldn't even afford bread at one point. Like, it was so hard for her. So I got a job. It was in a bar, and I remember I got my first paycheck. It was like 200 quid, and I was like, yes! I thought I was King Dick when I had this £200 check. I was like, check me out. And my mum, I remember, she just like thought like that's not a lot, but obviously she didn't want us to like be disappointed. But I was just so buzzing with my first check. But at this point, I didn't really know what I wanted to do in life. But I just wanted to help my mum out as much as I could, because I just know that we were struggling, and it's so awful when you can't do the things that you want to because you haven't got enough money. But we always still had that love, and that was like just like the main thing. So I got the job working in a bar, and I actually did like it, because I was like, I had my straight teeth at this point. I had a brace, so my personality started to come out. And then I got the call for Geordie Shore. I was out on a night out, and I was doing my dance moves, because I like to get it all out. Like I said, I like to dance. And two scouters come over to us and said, like, have you ever thought about doing Geordie Shore? But at this point, I never thought about it. But then I thought, you know what it is? Like, I'm actually quite a funny girl. I thought this is perfect for me. And the girl said to her, she went, I know that you're going to get this. This is when Geordie Shore was at its peak. Like, there was like 3,000 people in Tiger auditioning to get it. This is when it was get 3 million views. Yeah, it was massive when I got it. I remember I was only 19 at this point, and I thought, God, this is a lot to take. And it was like, I think 4 to 6 months down the line, the audition process.
And what is the audition? Because I didn't even realize people audition for Geordie Shore.
So like the first one was you got to meet the execs. So you'd sit there, they'd ask you questions about yourself, like what's your party trick, like it's just all that. And I said I do this thing called the cat. I'll show you after, because I don't want to show you. And just going through, and then there's one audition where like you stand from 1 to 10, and like 10 being the funniest and 1 being the boring. Like, how entertaining are you? And like me and actually Nathan argue, because I went to 10, he went to 10. We actually had an argument in our audition. audition. So it was just
Oh my gosh, Nathan was in your audition.
Yeah, we didn't like each other at all.
Okay.
We hated each other. So we argued in that audition, and then I remember getting the call. So we're watching, me and my mum used to be Coronation Street fans. So we sat down at 7 o'clock on a Monday night. Two phones were on silent. I said, "Hey, mum, someone's ringing us. It's. I don't understand. Coronation Street's on." I said, "That's not right. Who the fuck rings when Coronation Street's on?" She went, and I went, it's a number. I think it's the debtors. It was like 002 because we didn't know London numbers. We were like Newcastle people, right? So I went, "Oh, go on, then I'll answer it. It might be the debtors." So I answered it, and I went, "Hello?" And I went, "Oh, like, are you sat down?" I went, "No, I'm standing up." I went, "Will you sit down, please?" I went, "All right, okay." And they're like, "You've got the job. Like, you're coming on Geordie Shore." And I thought, oh my God, like, are you joking? I wasn't prepared. My hair was all hanging out. I think I didn't even go in with nails on because I couldn't afford to get them done.
Wow. But, okay, the moment that you hear you're on Geordie Shore, what's your mom's reaction?
She was buzzing because she just thought, like, "God, this is going to be like life-changing for her. Like, we're going to finally..." Obviously, I didn't really know what I was going into. I didn't even know I would be where I was today. Like, I went in blindsided. I just turned 19. You know what it's like when you're 19? You don't know what you do. You just want to go out and get drunk. You don't care about life. You don't care about what you want your goals to be, do you? Like, at 19, I just wanted to be there for a wild time.
So, what was your impression of Geordie Shore at 19? How would you describe the show and where you you must have been watching it?
So, because when I was younger, when I was like 15, I think it came out. So like it was massive when it came out back in the day. And like I remember I actually put like a tweet account about Charlotte and Gary. And I was like, if that Gary hurts Charlotte one more time, I'm going to go mad. I remember because obviously 15-year-olds, that was like the era of when Geordie Shore was out. So, but I never ever thought about being on it. But when I thought to myself, God, like this could be life changing. But I didn't think about like money or anything. I just wanted to go in there, like have a clean slate and just have a good time.
But how would you describe, especially to someone who's never watched Geordie Shore?
Yeah.
How would you describe the show? What is the show?
It's like I would say Love Island in Towie, but like on acid. That's what I would basically on acid. Basically, I don't know if you can say that, but basically, yeah.
Okay, so how have you, if you were to give even more detail, right, of it, so especially let's say someone has not watched Love Island or not watched Towie. Like, what is the show? So
basically, there's probably about 10 cast members in the house, and we all live there. We go out every single night. Like, we get drunk. Like, there's people who are like boyfriend and girlfriend. There's people who like have got situationships going on. There's people in there who don't like each other. Like, it's just like it's crazy in there. Like it is like really, really hard because when you go in there, when I first went in, I was like, "Can I watch Coronation Street tonight?" That's actually the first thing that I said. The producer, she went, "No, we're taking your phone off you." So like, as a 19-year-old girl, I was like, "Oh my God, what am I even doing?"
But that's why I go back to that moment when you and your mother found out, right? But you said your mother is excited though, but knowing that you're about to go into this tornado, right? And it sounds like your excitement was because you felt like, okay, we're going to be on TV.
Yeah. No, not that I'm going to be on TV. I think it's more about like, because I was dyslexic, my ice skating wasn't doing well. It was more like, I think this could be a little bit of a job for us. I didn't have anything in the pipeline. I didn't know what I wasn't clever enough to go and get a job. I didn't know what I was going to do. I felt worthless. All I wanted to do was go out and get a drink. Downers.
Really? I mean, you really felt as if there was no hope for you professionally.
Like, I wanted to be ice skating choreographer, but I always had that doubt in the back of my mind that I wasn't good enough.
Really? So this was your way out?
Maybe, yeah, my way out.
And your mother saw it as your way out? So you join?
Yeah.
Right? And when you join, it's Series 10.
Series 10, yeah.
And I see that even looking at the numbers, and maybe, Chloe, this is due to you and Nathan, but I see that the show was already incredibly, it is being watched by over 1 million people, right? But then after you come on, it becomes more popular.
Yeah, it did. It was huge when we went on. Obviously, it's not as big now, but it was absolutely massive as well. And I remember when I first walked in and like I met everyone and everyone was lovely. And I remember I went upstairs and I went, "Oh my God, like look at all these clothes." I said, "They've all got labels on." I said, "Jesus Christ, like how you got this many clothes with labels on?" They went, "Oh, we got sent them for free." I went, "You got sent them for free?" I went, "What?" And they went, "We also get paid to promote them." So I said, "You get sent them for free, you get paid to wear them." I said, "This is the job for me." I said, "Great." I said, like, it's amazing. Like the girls are getting sent clothes, but then they're also getting paid to promote them. I said, "I didn't know that."
Oh, wow. So when you walk in, because a lot of people, when they get onto reality TV, especially now, it's how can I make the most money? How can I be, have the A storyline? How can I be the craziest or the wildest, should I say?
Yeah.
So therefore, I can make more money when I get off the show. What was your thought going in to Geordie Shore?
Me thought going in, like, I didn't think about money or businesses at all. All I wanted to do was go in there and just have a good time. I didn't have that sort of mindset at that time. And especially because it was my first series and stuff. And, like, obviously everyone made us feel welcome, but I still felt because they had such a close bond, everyone in there, I didn't feel like 100% like I fitted in, because I was a little bit timid and stuff. So when I first went in, I just wanted to have a good time. It was like, because I was so young, I just turned 19, that would have been my era going to uni. So I was like, is this uni, but it's on TV?
Okay, I get it. So you're in there, right? Now, this is 2010.
Yeah.
Reality television is much different in 2010.
Yeah.
There's a lot less safeguarding
Yeah.
in 2010. What was your perception around how well protected you were from a production standpoint? Because you are now on a show where millions of people are watching. It's incredibly popular. So therefore, now you're recognizable throughout most of the UK. So how did you feel as if you were being protected and safeguarded at that time?
To be honest, not really, because like when the show did air and stuff, and when the press pictures did come out, and I got like a lot of backlash for my appearance, and no one actually sat us down and be like, you're going to get a lot of backlash on your looks, you just need to ignore it. Like I didn't understand at first, but to be honest, I tried to just like put it at the back of my head and ignore it. Because when you're young, you're not brought up to be like your mum or your dad wouldn't say to you, you're going to get a backlash this day. Someone's going to say this about you. No one ever really says that to you. So I feel like if I was pre-warned about how much negativity that I was going to get, then maybe I could have like helped myself a lot more. But I remember I just put it at the back of my head.
Okay.
All of the comments.
All right. So the first comments that are coming in are all on your appearance.
Yeah. Oh, everything on my appearance. Yeah.
Everything. And at this time, you've had no surgery.
No surgery, no.
At all.
But I'll bear in mind, I actually thought I looked okay. Like I was quite confident. I didn't care.
Okay.
I was just there for a good time.
Okay. So going in, you had no thought of, I'm going to get surgery. You were
No,
just...
never. Obviously, I thought, I might get a little, because I never had any lips. I thought, I might get a bit of lip filler, but I could never afford to get it done. But I never thought ever in a million years, like getting my boobs done or anything. I never ever thought about that. I didn't even really know about surgery, to be honest, and it would never cross my mind.
Okay. But you said that the comments started coming in. So where were the comments coming in? Was this press as well?
Press and also social media.
Okay. And so articles written about how you looked. And people commenting about how you looked. Now, when you think about those comments, right, they were devastating. It sounds like they were devastating.
Yeah.
What did they do to you?
Just like I had no. Well, my main thing was that I actually started to believe it, like seeing I'm ugly, I'm fat, I'm embarrassing, my nose is big. Like as a young woman who was still like developing, I was still growing, I didn't know what to believe. Like obviously I didn't speak to anyone about it because I was just embarrassed about it. So I remember the first comment that really stuck to my head. This is when I didn't think about surgery. So I remember I had like a white short top on and my cleavage was out a little bit, and I remember every single comment was saying that my boobs were saggy, and I thought before that I was like, I've got the most amazing perky boobs. I thought that doesn't make sense, like I've got gorgeous boobs. And one of the comments just stuck in my head, and I thought, I'm going to get my boobs done. And like, but before that I thought I had the best boobs ever.
Okay. So can we spend a moment there, because there's some people who would have seen those comments and said, you know what, but I love the way that my boobs look, so therefore, too bad. Like, I love them.
I wasn't in that mindset to do that. I was so young.
Okay.
And like, no one had told me that was going to happen, that I was going to get like absolutely excruciated on my looks. But I wish I had that mindset, because if I had that the mindset that I've got now, I wish, like, if I could say to my younger self, don't get surgery, I would say, I wish I couldn't. If I could turn back time, I would not have got any surgery.
Okay. But it was those comments that triggered you to think, okay, I'm definitely going to now get at least my boobs done.
Yeah.
All right. Were you talking to anyone at this time in terms of like, did you have friends that you would say, hey, do you think I should do this or not? Did you have a sounding board, or you just made...
I made the decision. The thing is with me, I'm very impulsive. If I want something, I'll just get it done straight away. Okay. Obviously, when I told my mum about it, she was like really, really worried. Like, oh, like it's surgery. Like, are you sure? I was like, yes, I'm getting it done. Like, that's going back to when I was like younger. Like, I never used to listen. I do what I want to do. Like, I'm very impulsive with my decisions.
Okay. So your thought was, I'm going to get this done. And the reason why is because they're saying this. So if I get this done, then what's your thought?
It'll stop.
It'll stop.
Yeah, because all these people who I don't know, thousands of comments, once I get my boobs done and they look, I don't know, perky, then it'll stop.
Okay.
But obviously it was the opposite.
It was the opposite. What then happened?
Because then obviously like they would pick something else out, that I was fat, or my nose was too big, or my arse was dead flat, or I was ugly. Then you just start like questioning yourself about everything.
All right. And at this time as well, not only, so you're getting these comments, it's the press, right? But are you also on social media? Are you getting direct messages? Messages on my Instagram posts, obviously the Daily Mail messages, like all the comments and stuff, like everything was just like everything was negative. Okay. At this point, do you rethink even being on this project? Or do you think, okay, even though I'm getting this negativity, it is still helping me from a career standpoint?
To know, because like anything that I was getting, it's surgery, I feel like is such a dark hole, because once you get something done, you think you're going to be happy, but you're not. Like you go down this rabbit hole where, well, I can improve this. And like, it's not like I'm just a normal person, because I was actually getting basically we've got people stand there now and they'll say, that's not right about you. But like if a normal person hasn't got that, so a normal person's getting surgery, and they wouldn't have people pinpointing stuff out, but I constantly had that with every single series that was coming out, every single picture that was coming out, someone was pinpointing. And as a young woman, like you don't understand. Like it's soul destroying. Like I think a main thing for a woman is like confidence and feeling self-love and loving yourself, and that just really got took away from us. And especially like getting on TV at such a young age, you're still trying to figure yourself out.
Right.
And so I was still growing. And I think with the surgery, it was just like such a rabbit hole for us. It wasn't making us feel good. In fact, it was actually making us feel worse, because I was getting more and more and more further away from like who I was, like when I was young. So like this is why I'm on such like a journey at the minute, because like I really want to like find myself again, because I think I've just tried to chase like this perfection look so much. There's no such thing as perfection, that I've actually lost myself along the way. And like, who am I trying to impress? Because I'm not impressing myself. Yeah. Like this is why I've started, like, I've had my bum like reversed. So for a very long time, people knew me of having a big bum, and like, I thought I need to really take a step in the right direction, because I want to find myself. It's my final year in my 20s, and I want to like go back to being that amazing girl who I was before Geordie Shore. Like, I was amazing. I didn't care what anyone thought. Like, I had my own mind and stuff, and I feel like I've just been in this like vicious circle of like this TV Chloe. And it's like, that's not me. Yeah. That's not me. Like, you know me on a deep level now. Like, I love being at home. I love cooking. I love cleaning. I love being around family. Like, I know I was put on this earth to be a mother. Like, I can't wait to be a parent. I've got such motherly instincts. I love being around like little kids and stuff. Like, I can't wait to be a mother. Yes. And I just think this Geordie Shore perception that everyone thinks of is isn't me at all. Okay. And it's just...
So let's unpack that, right? And we're going to come to the surgery, so we can truly look at what you did in terms of surgery and what you're reversing in terms of surgery. But let's talk about you, right? Because that's what's hitting me, is that you feel as if you were on Geordie Shore, and you were getting further and further away
from yourself,
from you. Mm-hmm. So who, at that time, who were you?
I was only 19 when I got on TV, and I was still trying to figure myself out. Like, and I think because when I went on TV, I was known as like this drunk lightweight, and then I kind of just went along. Obviously, I have a drink, and I am a bit of a lightweight, but I think I just went along with this drunk lightweight, and they didn't ever show actually the authentic me, the caring me, the one who's got a heart of gold. Like, I've made mistakes in my life, and I hold my hands up, but I know deep down I've got a good heart, and I care about everyone. But everyone knows this is like this drunken mess when that's not me. That doesn't define who I am.
Yeah. Is this where like this whole term kick off Chloe?
But I'm not like anyone who knows is like, it knows I'm so chilled, I'm so laid back. But I think it's because that was who I was known for, and it was embedded in my brain. I felt like I needed to do it.
Yes.
But it's not.
Yeah. Did you feel like you started showing up as that kick off
Kick-off
Chloe?
Chloe? Yeah,
even
Chloe.
even off the show. So when you were, maybe because you're not filming all year, right?
Yeah.
So when you're getting booked to do a public appearance, when you are being brought to an event, did you feel like you had to play?
Like a little bit. But like, for example, like when we did Celebs Go Dating and we lived in the mansion, we didn't really have a drink. And that, I love the way that Celebs Go Dating actually portrayed us, because that is me. That was me. Obviously, I was lost then. I was very, very lost. I was a lost little girl. But I really enjoyed it when I was watching it back. I thought, they're showing actually me. Not just showing me in drunken states.
All right, so on that, we did Celebs Go Dating together.
Yeah.
Now, I see also that you did a few shows. Can I go through these shows?
Yes.
You did Sun, Sex, and Suspicious Parents.
Yes.
In 2015. You did Celebrity Big Brother, X on the Beach, Chloe Ferry's Grown Up, and then Celebs Go Dating,
Yes.
Virtual, and then also The Mansion. So by the time I met you, it was 2020.
Yeah.
But then we worked together in 2021. Mm-hmm. When we worked together in 2021, that's when I was utterly shocked by you. Mm-hmm. Utterly shocked. Because what I thought was you were this wild, drinks all the time, not intellectual, just you were there. Like you were just like you just existed. Mm-hmm. And when I met you, I thought, oh my gosh, she's so incredible.
Yeah, I know. And that's what I want people to see. And I'm scared in case I can't like get this Geordie Shore stigma. Like, obviously I love how much like it's given so much in life, and I don't regret it, but I want people to see the real authentic me.
So what did you like? What were you seeing, especially on Celebs Go Dating, that you felt is closer to the true depiction of you?
Just showing us in like my normal, funny, bubbly self. Like my caring ways, like with Geordie, they don't really show us in like a caring way. Like obviously, like I wasn't really drinking as well. I think we were allowed 1 Prosecco all night, which was friggin' hard. And they just showed us like my true caring self.
Yes.
And I loved it.
Yes. And part of your thought now is you because you said this twice, so I have to go back to it. Is that you said, okay, you're entering your 30s.
Yes. I've got like 9 months, I think, until my birthday. It's my final year of my 20s. So this is where I'm like, I want to work on myself. I want inner peace, and I want to love myself again. So that's why I'm really just doing as much. I'm on a journey at the minute, and I'm feeling it. Mm-hmm. I'm on such a journey, and I'm just feeling like all of the emotions. Like, good, these are happy tears, because I just know for a long time, like, I've knew that there's been something up, but like, to like, made myself feel okay, I've just put it at the back of my head, but you can't do that forever. So I'm on like such a journey. I'm up, I'm down. Like, I'm trying to discover what I like again. Like I'm attaching myself to nature and just like all these different things that I would never normally do. Like I'm seeing like a therapist. Like I'm just doing as much as I can just so I can like feel good before my 30th.
Yes, and I love this for you.
Yeah, I do know. I love it for myself.
Yes. What changed? What was the moment or event that happened to make you more self-reflective? Because there's so many people watching, listening right now who feel lost. They feel lost. Mm-hmm. And they're trying to find the motivation to start self-exploration. Yeah. What was it for you? What made you change? I
think my main thing is that I just didn't love myself anymore. Like I looked in the mirror and I was like, who are you? Like you've got so much work done and you're just not even yourself anymore. And I thought, you know what it is? Like I'm 30 soon and I need to get back to being myself. And that's why I thought my bum, my bum was absolutely massive. So I thought, I'm going to get my bum reversed. And I thought, this is going to be a step in the right direction to actually be and start looking like the old Chloe again.
Start looking like the old Chloe.
Chloe, that's what I want. I just want to be the old Chloe. That's all I want.
Can I show you something?
Yeah, go on then. What was it?
This blew me away. You ready for this?
Yes, I'm ready for it, but I'm nervous.
All right, I want you to take a look. I want you to tell me what you see. Okay? Take a look at these photos.
So good. This is when I thought I was so gorgeous.
What do you see?
So beautiful.
Yeah.
I see, like, I think I look gorgeous. So skinny. No arse, which I want. I think I look beautiful, Paul.
Yes.
I'm so happy as well.
There you go. Were you ice skating then?
I was skating then, yeah. And I had my normal teeth.
Yep.
My normal teeth. A
Yes.
bit yellow, like, could do with a dental strip. But
Yeah.
yeah, so beautiful.
Life. Okay. I thought that would be a powerful reminder of, it's interesting how our past sometimes becomes our future.
Yeah.
And how that was the past, but you're trying to actually get back there.
Yeah, I want to just get back there. I want to be her again. And I will.
Yes.
I'm just going through it at the minute. And I'm
Yes.
going to get there, because I'll tell you one thing about me. If I want something, I get it.
Yes.
I'm a very strong individual. And like my therapist said, you just need to be patient. Go through all of these feelings and these fucking emotions, because you're going to go through it.
Yes.
And I'm going through it.
Yes. Absolutely. I adore these photos.
I do. I love them.
Yeah, I adore these photos. You know, can we talk about the surgeries?
Yes.
You've been open about the surgeries. And this is one where I think it's incredibly important, because we're seeing a massive increase in the amount of surgeries that everyone's getting, but in particular, young women are getting, because we see the averages roughly between the ages of 19 and 40. So at
young.
19.
Mm-hmm. That's how old I was, 19. Mm-hmm.
All right. So I have a list of these. The first you mentioned is there were comments around breasts.
Mm-hmm.
So you thought, okay, I'm going to get breast implants.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So immediately you went out.
I got an uplift.
Okay.
I got an uplift because obviously people were saying that my boobs were saggy.
Okay. So you got that. Then there's more comments coming in.
More comments, yeah.
And
it was just constantly about me looks, and this is like the society that we live in, because it was never good. Never you've got a nice heart or you're beautiful. It was always negative about my appearance.
Yes. So then from there, rhinoplasty.
Yeah.
Nose job. Mm-hmm. Liposuction.
So like a BBL. So a BBL is basically fat transfer, where they take the fat from your stomach and put it in your bum, because I used to always get told that I had like a flat bum. And like, if you think that I woke up and thought that I looked good and I was happy about my decisions, I was never. It was like, surgery is like such a dark hole. And this is why I want to like make people aware, especially if you're young, like please think about getting surgery, because like, you'll end up like me. Like, I want to go back to that girl, that picture. I would literally give all my money now in my bank just to be that girl again. Wow. Because it is just such a dark hole surgery. Now, who was I doing it to impress? These people that I'm never going to meet. Right. These people aren't paying me bills, and it wasn't making me happy.
And then also the danger of it. So let's look at BBLs for a second, because the cost for a BBL in the UK averages around 7,500 pounds, but in Turkey, 2,600 pounds. However, the risk of death in BBL surgery is 10 times higher than other cosmetic surgeries. Mm-hmm. So you think about how incredibly dangerous it is. Mm-hmm. So what exactly is a BBL, and why do you think it's so dangerous?
I didn't go into, like, when I was getting this work done, I didn't think about, like, how dangerous it was. I think I was just in such a negative mindset about myself that at this point, because I was looking for perfection in myself, and all these comments were getting to is, I would have went to any extreme to make myself feel better. So I didn't actually think as a young girl that the dangers of how bad it can be. Like, it can be life-threatening. But at this age and this sort of mindset that I was in, I did not care. Because had so much, like, my self-esteem. I just wanted, like, all these comments to go away. And I thought that getting all this work done to improve myself would actually help it. But in fact, it made it a lot worse for us.
All right. So what is the procedure? Because you said it's removal of...
So they remove the fat, and then any fat that they've got, they put it in your bum and, like, your hips to give you that, like, hourglass figure.
Okay.
And I was always petite. I had such a petite frame.
All right. So when you got your BBL, did you say, okay, I want it to look like this or this person over here, or you just said, doctor...
Just do it, yeah. Just do it. I wasn't even thinking. I didn't even say I want to look like this. I just said, just do it. That's all it was. I didn't have time to think because I was in such a bad frame of mind that I just wanted, just do it. Just make us look perfect. I want to be perfect.
Okay.
But I never felt perfect. I would look in the mirror and think, Like, I feel like I actually used to get told off my friends and my family, you've got body dysmorphia. And I was like, nah, I want more things done.
All right. And then you continued to get more. So at least on here, so lip fillers, dermal cheek fillers, veneers.
Yeah.
So every time you're doing a procedure, you're just saying, doctor, get this done. You get it done, you look in the mirror, and you think what?
What? Why have I done it? I don't feel better.
You never felt better out from any of those procedures?
No. Just thought it's still ugly. Still was. So I'd look in the mirror and say, well, that's next. I was pinpointing stuff about myself. And I never, before I got on TV, I never, ever did that. I had so much self-love. I thought I was Kim Kardashian.
Wow. So what about, let's look at your Instagram, for example. Because your Instagram, at one point, it's full of shots of body shots.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I was living it up, yeah.
Throwing the butt out, you know? So when you look at those photos, what do you think?
Not confident at all. Not at all. Not one bit of confidence. And that's why you should never judge a book by its cover, because you never actually know what someone's actually going through.
See, I never would have thought that.
Never.
Yeah.
I was going through it, I hated myself, never felt pretty, no self-esteem at all. And that's why I've started to be a lot more transparent on my Instagram about obviously surgeries and all the lumps and bumps what happen in my body. And I feel like now, because I'm entering this new era and I'm on this journey, beauty comes within, and I've realised that it does not matter what you look like at all. That's why I'm just doing so much to myself and self-love, because I want to feel normal again. I'm so far away from where I want to be to that picture that you showed us, but I know I'm going to get there.
Yes. Going back to I never, ever would have thought that you were not proud of at least the BBL.
No.
I felt like that was part of what you were known for. And when I look at the press, typically this is what you see on the presses. You'll see you in, a bikini, etc. So you're saying there is no point where you felt comfortable, happy with any of those procedures?
The BBL was definitely the biggest mistake out of all the surgeries that I got. Biggest mistake.
And why is that?
Just I looked I didn't look normal. I didn't look. Everything was just. My body shape wasn't me. That's what made us look totally different. Was my BBL, and I was known for. I don't want to be known for having a big arse. I don't want to be known for a BBL. I want to be known for Chloe being amazing and down to earth and having a good heart. I don't want to be known for having a big arse. Okay.
So now, at what point do you decide that you want to reverse the BBL?
When I was looking in the mirror and I just thought, I don't know who you are anymore. I don't know who you are. You're nothing like the girl that first walked in that Geordie Shore house. And like I said, it's my final years of being in my 20s, and I really want to just be back to my normal self. I think self-love, starting by loving yourself, and looking in the mirror, I didn't.
Okay, all right. So
because this isn't me. Me breasts, me bum doesn't define who I am. And I think a constant reminder every day. You look in the mirror, don't you, every day, and that's just there.
Yes. So every day you're looking at yourself in the mirror. Now, what about the risk? Because we just talked about the risk of having a BBL done 10 times higher than the average cosmetic surgery. So having a reversal of it is also extremely dangerous. So did you contemplate that? Did you think about the risk?
Yeah, obviously I thought about the risk, but I did a lot of research. Like the doctor that I went to has done so many. And a lot of people that have come from Turkey and who've had botched jobs. So obviously I did think about it for a very, very long time. And the main thing that I did, I sat with my thoughts, which I want to get across. Like if any younger girls are thinking about getting surgery, don't just go ahead with it. Don't just straight away go, like think, sit with your thoughts, talk to your friends, talk to your family, do your research. That's the main thing. And so when I did finally come to the decision, I just know this is like on the path. This is where I want to go. This is the journey this is like the start of it.
Yes. So you decide to get it done. Are you all thinking what the impact is going to be?
Well, I wasn't even going to go public about it, to be honest, because some people were saying go public and some people said, like, don't. But what I love about myself is that I've always been very transparent with my audience. So, like, a lot of people in the public eye, like, if they get something done, they don't ever, like, tell anyone about sorry, excuse me. So a lot of people who are in the public eye don't really, like, tell about it. But I thought, to be honest, like, I've always been transparent with my audience, and I feel like this will open a new can of worms for us. I'm going to like, look, I've made a mistake. I hold my hands up. I'm getting it reversed, and I want to just go back to being normal. Like surgery isn't everything. Like I think like a lot of people search for clarification and search for beauty in surgery when beauty actually generally comes within.
Yes, it does.
It does, 100%. It does.
It does.
Like your aura, like your energy, like your personality. Like that's where your beauty comes from.
Yes. I also think what's very important, and this is more so about self-esteem, and I see this is where you're moving, is that you no longer need external validation, right? So the moment that you realize I'm comfortable in who I am, and I'm comfortable in other people being uncomfortable with who I am, and that I'm okay with, and if I'm okay with that, typically means I have a higher self-esteem.
Yeah.
And it seems like you're moving to a place where you are comfortable with people being uncomfortable with who you are.
Yeah, and that's where I want to get. I feel like I'm such a people pleaser, and I have been for a very, very long time. I feel uncomfortable in certain situations and stuff, and like that's the main thing that I want to achieve.
Yes, but you're achieving it, and I think this journey that you're on. Do you realize how proud people who love you are about this journey that you're on?
No, yeah, I've actually been reading some of the comments and everyone's been lovely. I think everyone's just like everyone's been saying like thank you for being so honest, like because a lot of people struggle with obviously like self-esteem, mental health, and I think it's so good that I can actually be transparent with my audience and people be like, good, because I'm just so used to getting negative and how ugly I am, how much surgery. So it's actually so refreshing and nice to actually have people be like, Chloe, like this is amazing. We'll love this vulnerable side, which I've hid for so long because I've had a mask on for so long. I've been trying to chase like this person who I'm not for so long now. So like it's like, fuck, I'm starting to be comfortable like in my own skin.
Yes. So someone left us a message to tell us how proud they are of you.
Oh, amazing. Who?
Ready to hear it?
Go on then.
All right, listen to this.
Hi, Chloe. It's your mum here. And I know you're filming right now. But I just wanted to tell you how proud I am of you for going on this journey and making this decision to speak out about this chapter in your life. It can't have been easy. And to help other young women are going through the same thing. I've watched you grow from a young girl into a woman, and I'm so proud of everything that you've achieved. Just carry on being you. Love you loads, and have a lovely night.
Oh, God. That hit deep. It hit deep. And I just feel like I want to do this all for me mum, because like obviously it was a struggle for me, but it must have been a struggle for me mum, like seeing us broken. And like getting all these surgeries, like because obviously her era surgery wasn't really a thing. And it would have been hard for her to watch her daughter like not feeling self-worth or not feeling pretty. I just want to like make me mum proud. That's the main thing. I want to give me mum the most amazing life, but before that I want to just like fix myself.
Right. But it's also important for you to know that she's already proud of you.
I know. I need to hear that. I need to hear that a day.
Yeah, that's very important. When we're in the moment of change, it's important to know those who love us regardless of the change.
I know.
That's unconditional love.
Yeah.
And one thing that's very clear is that your mother unconditionally loves you.
I know. I just don't know where I'd be without me mum.
Yeah.
I do. I love her so much.
Yeah. You can see that. And that's why this change that you're going through, know that she already loves you. So this change that you're going through is for you.
Yeah. I know. I just can't wait. Like, obviously I know I'm crying a lot, but it's happy tears because, the main thing I think about a person is when you just go, you know what it is? I'm broken and I'm going to fix myself. But when you've hid it for so long and me, I've put it at the back of my head, but now it's a step in the right direction because it's listen, I hold my hands up. I'm not 100% myself, but I'm going to get there. And that's where I'm just I'm happy about it because I know I'm on the right direction.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, without question you are, and you're taking bold steps to further yourself, on that journey. Every episode of this podcast comes to life with the help of Adobe Express, the quick and easy create anything app from Adobe, even if you don't have any design experience. I couldn't be more grateful for how much making this podcast lights me up. Getting to have these conversations, sharing stories, and connecting with you all, it's the work that makes me feel truly alive. But finding that kind of work doesn't happen overnight. I've taken risks, switched lanes, and followed paths that have felt uncertain, all in the hope of doing something meaningful. Whether you're launching a new business, starting a side hustle, or simply putting your ideas out into the world, you've got to be willing to take that first step. And Adobe Express is the tool that helps make those steps easier. It's got ready-to-go templates and AI-powered features to create professional designs, social media posts, and logos in minutes. Whether you're an amateur or a seasoned designer, it's free to try. Just search Adobe Express and see where it takes you. What if going on a date wasn't just about finding the one, but instead about discovering something unexpected? After all, a great date could lead you to finding the best pizza in town or sharing a laugh over a new activity. You might even meet someone who shifts your perspective in a surprising way. Tinder, who sponsors this podcast, wants to bring the joy back to dating so that it doesn't feel like another task to complete, because that pressure to get it right can really take the fun away. Let it go and see where your next date takes you. Whether it leads to a new friend, an entertaining story to add to the plot, or the start of something special, Tinder is designed for every type of connection. Wherever it takes you, it starts with a swipe. Download Tinder today and see where your next date might lead. The one part that we haven't talked about that definitely impacts our psyche, our self-esteem, our self-worth are the relationships that we have. All right. So can we talk about Chloe and the relationships that Chloe has had? And we don't have to name names.
Right.
But I'm thinking that you mentioned that you were in your teens, late teens, when you started to, have boyfriends.
Yeah.
Which some people say is young, some people say is actually not young. But when you think about your experiences on TV, those played out in front of many people. How hard was it to maintain relationships, to leave relationships? What did you learn about yourself through the relationships that you had since Geordie Shore?
I think when I was a lot younger, the mindset that I'm in now, if anything, if my partner or a new partner was to ever fuck me over or was to ever get a feeling, you'd be gone straight away. I'm so mentally strong with if it's a friendship, whether it's a boyfriend, I'm so if you fuck us over, you're gone now, and that's shut. But back in the day, it was hard because if you think about it, we were living in a house and your ex-partner was there or your current boyfriend, and there was loads of drink involved and stuff. And when you argue with a partner and stuff and you had to live with them or you've seen them obviously kissing another girl, it's you wouldn't ever go and live with your ex, would you now? And it's so hard, and especially when you're young because you don't really understand it. When you break up with someone, you go your separate ways, you don't actually live in a house together.
This is true. This is true. So you're saying that was an unnatural environment.
Very unnatural environment, yeah.
All right. But what you've learned is the moment that someone wrongs you, you're gone.
You're gone now, yeah. And I never used to be like that.
Okay.
Never, yeah. Straight away. Like I am, like me mindset at the minute is so strong. Like whether it's a friendship or a boyfriend, like if you do me wrong, you're gone and you're not getting back in.
Okay, which is fair. When we first met, 2020, when we first met, you were experimenting.
Yes.
I'd say you were experimenting.
Yeah, I got a load of dates, didn't I?
Loads of dates.
Loads. I was a lucky woman. I was a very lucky woman. Very lucky.
Or maybe they were lucky.
Lucky, but we're all lucky.
Yeah. So you were dating boys and girls.
Yes.
At that time. So can we talk about that for a second?
Mm-hmm.
So at what age did you begin to explore relationships with girls?
I think I was always more into men, but like when I was younger, like I used to like kiss my friends on a night out. Like a lot of girls do that. Well, I think a lot of girls do that, but I used to kiss my friends on a night out and I thought, oh, could this be more? But I always knew in the back of my head that I was always more into men. But like I used to look at girls and think, God, they're attractive. Like, ooh, that's my type, to be honest. It was more like a more of an experiment. But like I know now that I'm like an older woman, like I know that I'm 100% straight.
Okay. So you're straight. You're currently in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What do you think the future holds for you and relationships? And when I say that is that do you feel like you will be married one day?
100%. I know, like what a lot of people won't know about me, I know I was put on this earth to be a mum. I have got such like motherly instincts. I'm so maternal. When I'm like around like my friends' kids or like my nieces or my nephew, they always gravitate towards it because I'm so good at parenting. Like my ideal, like I've got my kind of lifeline in my head, like all mapped out. So like this next 2 years, I want to really live my life. Like really like just go travelling, just do what I want to do, soul searching. And then after that, I want to have 10 kids. I want to have 10 kids. I cannot wait. You know that I scroll down social media and I'll see like someone giving birth or like it's a baby's first birthday and my heart sinks. I cry emotionally because I just can't wait to have that feeling.
Okay.
I can't wait.
So you're going to have one child every year from 32. So
yeah.
You're going to be like 42, 43 with the last child.
Yeah,
okay.
Basically. Well, I mean, I'll say 10. Let's say 3.
Let's say
well,
3.
3, yeah, ideally.
What do you think it is that, why do you want so many children?
I just feel like there's nothing better when you see like kids when they've got like brothers and sisters and loads of siblings. I just want a big family. You know when you see all them families at Christmas and there's loads of them sat around the table. I want to like look at me kids. I just want to be so proud of them. I want so many kids. Like kids like they make us happy.
Wow. All right, so you want children, lots of children.
I want to be married in a happy marriage.
And you want to be married. Now, a lot of people today say, we don't need the marriage. We can have kids without the marriage. Why is marriage so important to you?
Because I want the wedding. I want the cake, I want the drink. No, I'm joking. Marriage, I think it's just like, it's a big commitment, isn't it? Like, I think marriage is like one of the most important things for a lot of people say they don't need it, but personally, I would love to be married. I would love to have like my kids walk down the aisle, and it's like, it's a kind of a thing where you're like, right, this is the cut-off point. This is me and you forever. So marriage to me is quite important.
It is.
Definitely want to be married, yeah. But I want to have my kids first before my marriage.
Interesting. Why is that?
Because I want them to walk down the aisle. I want my kids to walk down the aisle. I want my kids to see like the mum you get married.
Okay. Why is that important?
Just because I just feel like it's not just for me and my partner or me and my husband. I feel like it's for them as well to see that. Like for memories, I think life is all about making memories, and I think that'll be such an amazing memory for your child to see.
Okay. All right. This is fair. Can we talk about Chloe the businesswoman?
Yes.
Right.
Got my business outfit on today.
You look you look like you were here for
business.
I
am here for business today.
You are here for business. So this is one area that also when I met you, I was a little bit shocked on, is I didn't realize how many different businesses you were running. So right now, what does the Chloe Ferry business portfolio look like?
So I think my main thing obviously is like my salon. I've had my salon now for 5 years, and don't get us wrong, God, it's had its ups, it's had its down. But the thing is about me, like when I'm passionate about something and I'm not a failure, and this has come from my ice skating days, I like to succeed. Like there's been months where I've not took anything from the business, I've just put my money in and kept growing and growing and growing. But my salon like is my everything, it's my passion. I go there and I'm so happy about it because I think like, God, how have I done this? I've come from not even being able to afford bread to this. Like we're thinking about getting a bigger salon, like with a training academy. So my salon is my absolute passion. I love it. Yeah, I love going in there. I love like a woman's salon. Like you wouldn't have been in. Well, I don't know. Have you?
Yeah, don't judge. So, this is a no judgment zone.
Exactly. Well, you can come to mine. So like when you go to a salon, you get your hair done, your nails done. It's where you can just go and gossip about your husband or your boyfriend. Like everyone's gossiping. It's like where you can really let your hair down. It's just such a good environment to be in. Like everyone's getting their nails done, hair. I love making the cups of teas for the punters and stuff like that. Punters, that's a bar. I mean, the clients. But it's just amazing.
A salon, I think what a lot of people don't realize is this is a major business that you are running.
Yes.
You are the CEO of a business that you've been running successfully for over 5 years.
Yes. Don't know how I've done it because there's been times where I've wanted to give up and quit. Like, really, like took such a toll on my life. But like I said before, I never ever like to give up. I always want to put what I actually think back to. I always think back to being that girl who had no money, and I thought that's not me. Come on, you get one life, you get one opportunity. Keep pushing, because there has been times where I think, fuck this. I can't be bothered anymore. It takes so much away from us. But then I'm so happy that I've kept pushing now because the salon is doing the best that it's ever done. Like we want to expand to different places in England. Wow. We're going to open a bigger salon the next 6 months, so it's doing really, really well.
Wow, I love that.
I know.
love that. What do you feel is your top lesson as not just a CEO, but as a CEO who's a woman? What is your top lesson?
So I think one of my top lessons, definitely, I'd say, be very, very careful who you let in your circle. Be very careful who you tell stuff to, because a lot of people around you aren't happy for you. I feel like a lot of people are very, very jealous, and it can take a massive toll on your life, because like with business, with friendships, with relationships, just be very careful who your real friends are and watch out for things, because there's been plenty of opportunities where people who I thought were my friends and relationships where they could have ruined us. And because I was a bit naive, because you know when you're going through obviously a bad time and stuff and you think, oh, they're so good to you, but you can never see clear.
Yes.
So just be very, very careful.
Okay, this is good. This is good advice. So another area that I'd like to go to is I want to go back to when you were talking about getting the surgeries, and you said that you had, I think it was family who said, I think you have body dysmorphia. Mm-hmm. Okay. The reason why I want to go back to that is because typically if someone does, and do you believe that you did?
I don't know, because I was never diagnosed with it, but I would always look in the mirror and say, I look fat, I look disgusting, I don't look pretty. And I think I've said it that many times in my head that I've embedded it in my brain now. So like, for example, like if you were to give me a compliment, I would always try and change the subject because it makes us feel uncomfortable. So I actually said to my friend the other day, I said, like, what do you think my biggest like flaw is? She went, Chloe, like you can never take a compliment. Like I'll say you look beautiful, you go, oh, you fancy me, and then you'll change the conversation. So I think that is, I don't feel like I'm going to ever feel 100% beautiful again, because I've embedded it that much in my brain.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. So the photos that we talked about, getting back to, that's when you felt 100%.
Yeah, I felt gorgeous then.
But you don't feel as if you can get back to that?
I don't feel that I could get 100%.
You don't think so?
No, but then I'm still on this little journey at the minute, so I still don't feel like 100% about myself. No.
Okay. So then, now, this is a massive, statement. This is a massive move that you've made, where you've had the reduction, should I say, right? You've had the BBL reversed, so you're going to get comments, and many of them will be complimentary, but some of them could be negative.
Of course, yeah.
Are you prepared for those negative comments?
I haven't really prepared myself, to be honest, but what I try and do, if it is negative, I just try to scroll past it, because like my main worry about coming on this show today, like, you know, I was very apprehensive, is because, like I said, I'm on this journey at the minute to try and find myself, and I just want to feel beautiful again. Like, and my main thing that I said to my agents, I said, what if like I say something and I say, this is why I'm just scared about speaking one-to-one, because I'm scared about saying the wrong thing. I said, I'm just a bit scared because I'm on such a journey at the minute that if I say something wrong and this airs and I get a lot of backlash, I said, it's going to knock us back.
Okay.
So that's why I was a bit like, fuck, do I do it or do I not? I just don't want to be knocked back, because I've come so far now where I've just like, I can't be knocked back.
Okay.
I don't want anything to trigger us. I'm like nervous, so I'm getting emotional because I'm nervous about what people are going to say, because it affects us still.
Yeah.
When that girl there didn't used to care. She wouldn't care. She could walk into a room and everyone could hear and she wouldn't be bothered.
But this one cares a lot.
Yeah, cares, and I don't know why. Because I never used to.
Yeah.
I just get so scared of saying the wrong thing.
Yeah. I think it's very commendable and vulnerable for you to say, I'm scared to say the wrong thing.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I think it's very vulnerable to say, I don't want to be hurt. You know?
I just don't want to be hurt anymore, because it's like you do so much working on yourself, which I've done like on this journey, and I'm like one thing, because I know from the past, can just trigger you and just knock you back to start, and I just don't want that.
Yes. Well, and I'm sure you've been told this many times, and maybe this will be many times plus one, but it is incredibly important. Like, I remember when I got to the UK, I never felt more negative commentary or negative press until I got to the UK.
And how did it make you feel?
It made me so initially I was shocked because I was happy-go-lucky, super proud of what I was doing. I thought what I was doing was great, and to have this negative commentary that first year really pushed me back. But then I surrounded myself with incredible people here. And I would always go to my circle, the people who I loved, the people who I respected. And I would say, what do you think about what I'm doing? They'd say, oh, Paul, what you're doing is great. And I would then only rely and lean on them.
Advice, yeah.
And every time I would get commentary that was negative outside of the circle that I respected, I would just, I wouldn't give it the time of day, to the point where today, now, or should I say now, is that I just released a new book. And this book is, I'm saying a lot of things that are the opposite of what a lot of people believe. And there's a lot of pushback that the book is getting. And you know what? I love it.
Yeah.
Because I know that the people who love me and respect me will give me the feedback that I truly need.
That you need, yeah.
And I would say for you, it's so important to surround yourself. And I know that you have people here, some people here, right? Your mother clearly, but you have to surround yourself with people who love you for you, regardless, and go to them for feedback. And for everyone else, realize that those people, every time you lean on their commentary, you're leaning on their validation, and you don't need it.
Yeah.
You don't need it.
Yeah, true. I know.
You don't need it. So whenever you get because you will get in the rest of your life, you're a young woman.
Yeah.
Okay. So in the rest of your life, you will have negative commentary. But the more that you surround yourself with those people who love and adore you, the less you will be reliant on everyone else.
Yeah. No, that's very true. I need your mindset. That's the mindset that I actually need. You made so much sense there. This is just like therapy, isn't it? And I love it.
Let's even talk about that, because therapy is something that a lot of people would like to do now, but find it very challenging to be able to even find a therapist.
Yeah.
So how did you, A, know that you needed a therapist? And then B, how did you go about finding your therapist?
Because my main thing is when I'm going through a bit of a bad time or struggling, I'm always that friend who people come to, but I never ever speak to anyone. If I'm going through something, I'm that person who sits and goes through it herself. And I feel like one of my main things that I want to work on is actually like being vulnerable and speaking to someone. So I'm going to go to this person who I've never met before and just tell her my full story. She's no judgment, and she tries to get at the root of, like, I feel like with every single problem for when you're a kid, like, you know, what's it called, kid therapy from when you're younger. Like, she does all that. She said
Inner child.
Inner child therapy. So she's doing all of that for us. Okay. Like, my main thing that I want to get off all of this is just to love myself again. All right. That's all I want.
So in that work that you're doing, what has she been doing and what have you learned? So even when you think back to you being a child, what was some of that work and what did you learn?
So my main thing is that, like, I always doubt myself, and I'll always, like, look in the mirror and think, oh, I don't look that nice today and stuff. Like, I'll be very mean to myself, and I just need to give myself a break. The main thing is like, if you imagine your younger self standing in front of you, just say you're 5 years old and you're calling yourself all them names, like that hits deep. That when she said that really hit us. Like, my younger self, I could have never imagined calling myself any name. So why would I be doing it now?
Right.
And I think that's going to help a lot of people.
Yes.
That statement.
Yes, exactly. And I know that in the research too, I saw that you felt as if you were going through depression.
I did, yeah.
How I mean, depression is a serious word. So why did you feel as if it was depression?
I don't know if I want to talk about this. I'm just trying to think how I can sing it. Sorry.
Think on it.
I just like, because like with this sort of stuff, I put it to the back of my head. I've been rock bottom before where, like, I've felt like I didn't want to be here, like that, but I just feel like I just want to forget about it. That's how bottom I was. But I just try and just, because I don't want to, I get scared of, like, going back to that mindset.
See, these are things that I don't think people know.
I know.
I mean, I think, can we spend just a moment on this? And you stop where you want to stop, okay? Is you're on television. You've opened a salon. We see Chloe Ferry on Instagram. We think she has a great life.
You just don't judge a book by its cover because you never know what anyone's going through. I would just be, like, really scared to go back to that place again. Like, I was bottom. I was dark. It was dark. And this is what I mean about, like, being 100% myself and vulnerable with you, because it's like I'm scared to say the wrong thing because I couldn't go back to feeling like that. And this is why I'm trying so hard to work on myself, because I wouldn't want my worst enemy to go through that feeling that I felt.
But is it the feeling, but it was the feeling that was created by others?
A lot of things, like the way I looked. I didn't like myself anymore. Like relationships. I didn't have any self-esteem. I didn't have self-worth. I didn't have a purpose. I didn't know my purpose. That was my main thing.
Okay. Who do you have in your life as your safe place to land?
I love being home. I love being home. I love cooking for me mum. Like, that's my safe place. Feel so confident and comfortable in me home.
Okay. And your mom?
Yeah.
Your mom is your rock.
Mm-hmm. God, we'll have our arguments, let's tell you that, but I love me mum. I honestly couldn't live without me mum.
All right. Small circle of friends?
Small, very small.
Very, very small.
You're counting on one finger. You've got friends and you've got acquaintances in the TV world. A lot of fake people who will just climb it to get where they want to be.
So that's something that I wouldn't have guessed about you.
Mm-hmm.
I would have thought that you had a wide...
No, I used to. Okay. I used to, not now.
It was TV that did it.
Mm-hmm.
Why so?
Yeah, just because, like, people obviously just use you because they want to get in a club or they want to climb up you to get where they want to be, then they fuck you off. And people with me, they take me kindness for weakness. But if you know us on a deeper level, you would, because if you do that to me, and I find you out, you're gone and you aren't coming back. Let's just tell you that, because I always think, do I change being a nice person? Do I change? But I'm thinking, no, because this is the way I've been brought up. This is me. But I feel like selfish, like you heard the quote, selfish people live longer. Like, is that true? Because I'm thinking, like, I feel like I'm always getting fucked over all the time. Is it because I'm a good person? Do I need to start being more strict? But I'm thinking, well, I shouldn't change myself. Like, do you change yourself? This is what I'm still trying to work out.
Right. And you feel like you're still in that zone.
Yeah. But one thing is, though, is if you fuck us over now, this mindset I'm in, you're gone. You're gone. You're not back in. You're gone.
Okay. So these are industry quote unquote friends.
Yeah.
All right. Wow. Okay. These are all new things. And I could see how it's all it's all layered on top of each other.
Yeah.
So if you don't have the self-esteem, if you feel as if you have no purpose, if you don't feel as if you are safe, you don't have a friendship circle, etc., life gets miserable.
Yeah.
And you're crawling your way out of this.
Yeah. I think the main thing, if you're on a journey or if you want growth, is cutting toxic people out of your life. You've got to have in your circle people who you trust.
Yes.
Because you never know what people's intentions are, and which I had for a long time.
Yeah.
Didn't know. People were just using us.
Yeah. You walking around Newcastle must be a thing. Everyone must know you.
I don't know. I think they do, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe, yeah. Maybe. To be honest, I get quite anxious, like going into like the city centre and stuff. Like, at busy places, I get a bit anxious because I feel like people are looking and judging us. But I think that had a massive part of the surgery because I had such a bad backlash of it.
So if you walk into a mall,
yeah, I feel a bit anxious. Or like, yeah. But like if I walk into a club and I'm drunk, don't really care. But if I'm sober, I have I'll always go like with a hat on because I feel like people are looking and judging us. She looks disgusting. She looks rank.
does that prevent you from going out?
Yeah. On the night time, I'm not as bad because I'm having a drink, but like I tend to go, like if I was going shopping, I'd tend to go like a time when no one's really there.
Because you feel as if people are judging.
Yeah, looking and judging. Look at her, she looks disgusting. What has she done and stuff like that.
That's, you know, I guess my mind has been blown a few times in this because I assumed that you initially thought the procedures looked good.
No.
I had no idea that you never thought the procedures looked good at all.
The comments were always negative. So like, obviously if I was trying to look good, if I was trying to feel good, obviously putting a picture on social media and then it went in the newspapers, it was still always negative. So that's why I kept on going. So that's why I kept on going, because I thought, right, so my first procedure when I had my boobs done, I thought, that's it. Everyone's going to love it. I've had my boobs done, but then it continued going. Spiral down. It's like surgery is a dark hole.
God.
You always want more. You like, what is perfection to you? Like, there's no such thing as perfection at all. But I was trying so hard to be perfection and to make people like us and stuff and like stop the comments that I lost myself along the journey.
Right.
Because I was trying so hard to be something that I wasn't, that I lost myself.
Right. But at that time, I keep going back. There's no social circle telling you, Chloe, stop.
I wouldn't
Chloe,
have listened.
slow down.
I was Paul. If people were saying that to us, like I don't even know who I was talking to about it. I don't even know if I was. I was so just like I'm impulsive with my decisions. I was so focused on just getting to that end goal that I wouldn't have even listened to anyone. I just thought, just get it done. Didn't even think about the consequences. Just thought, get that done, because I wanted just it to stop.
And you'd get it done and nothing.
Yeah.
Get it done, nothing.
But if it was now, because I'm older and I'm like more aware of situations, I'd sit back and I'd think, do I really need this done? Pros and the cons, speak to my family about it, sit with my thoughts, do my research. The mindset is totally different to what I was when I was 19. 19 years old, you don't really know what you want.
Right.
Like you just want to go out and have, like you as a 19-year-old person, you don't know what you want your career to be.
The support is different now. There's psychs,
yeah.
etc.
Yeah, you didn't really have that back in the day. You didn't get a lot of the support. And which I think at the time would have been a lot better for us, because as a 19-year-old girl and you're sitting, you're waiting for the TV programme to come out, you don't expect to get all these negative comments. I wasn't aware that all this was going to happen.
Yeah. So today, there's television, obviously, but you see social media. So many people are influencers.
Yeah.
So many people are trying to monetize their look. So what is your specific statement to women and men who are conscious about their look and how they can monetize that? Because one part of this conversation we haven't had is that, looks generate income.
Yes.
They do. So you think that if you do have a procedure, whatever that procedure could be, that could actually help you to land on so-and-so television show or help you to get the whatever deal. Like, those are facts, right? So if someone is aware of this and they're aware that beauty in essence is a currency.
Yeah, they want to try and be perfect, don't they? Yeah. But like I said, like, for me, now that I'm older and I've been through it all with looks and surgery and hair and lashes and nails, I think the main thing, beauty, which I think needs to be more established now, especially that everyone's coming to influencers, beauty comes within, and it shouldn't be about what someone looks like, especially when you get older. Like, I don't care at all. Like, take me as an example. I have been through it all to try and look this perfection state, and now all I want to do is go back to that young girl. So surely if I'm not an example, I don't know who is. Like, and I think if you are feeling a certain type of way about yourself, try and work on it rather than straight away going to surgery. Because if I could go through this again and be young, I wish I had someone saying, work on yourself, please. Don't just do this. You're beautiful. But at that time, like, mental health and psychs and stuff wasn't really a massive, massive thing. So if I could turn back time, I wish I had someone there and just kept the normal me, because I feel like now I would have been in a lot of a different mindset, because now I've spent most of my 20s chasing someone that I'm not, trying to look at this, who is this girl? Do you know what I mean? Now I've got to spend ages working on myself. Obviously, I know it's a good thing because I'm going to find me 100% myself, but I've wasted all of my 20s chasing this perfection girl who I don't even know to fit other people's standards. Yeah. So I've wasted my life, essentially.
You feel that way? That you've
I have,
life.
because I've been getting so much stuff done to make us look like who I wasn't born to be. Who does that? Well, me, of course. I've done it. But I want to erase it now, just so I can just be myself. That's all I want.
Yeah. So then your 30s, this is why you're like, 30s is your time.
That is my time. Watch the glow up, hon. Watch my glow up. I am going to be the best version of myself. Yes. And that's all I want to be. Because, like, Paul, I've got such an amazing... I never rate myself, but I know for a fine fact I've got a good personality and I've got a good heart and I can make anyone laugh. Like, I just want to be funny old Chloe who doesn't care what she looks like, because that's where my happiness is making people laugh.
All right. So, Chloe, you say you have a great personality.
Yeah, I do. I am a bit funny, I know, yeah. Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
So if you were rating your personality, what do you rate your personality?
I'd say 10 out of 10 if I'm on it. No one's a 10, actually. Let's be fair. I'd say 8.5.
8.5?
Yeah, I know that I'm a good energy to be around when I'm at my best.
All right, so this one will be harder for you. How do you think you look?
I'd say 5. Say a 5 out of 10 at the minute, yeah. I don't feel the best today.
You think you were a 5 out of 10?
Yeah, I think that's quite fair. Halfway.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm. No, I'd say about 5. I'd say 5.5 actually, 5.7.
Okay. Is that up or down from how you felt last year?
Yeah, last year I'd say I felt about a 3. But you wouldn't have never known that, because I feel like when I'm putting these sexy pictures and stuff on social media, I'm doing bikini pictures, maybe that's just a cover up. Maybe that's trying to, like, show the audience or my social media followers, like pretending that, like, this is the perfect girl. I don't know. That's something that I'm trying to figure out, because you, like you've said, you would have actually never known that I felt like this.
No.
Like, if you look on my Instagram, you would think I'm the most confident person ever, but I wasn't. I used to, like, if you look at us filming and stuff, like, I'll always cover up. Like, I'll cover me bum and stuff like that. But if I'm on Instagram, I can hide it because I can stretch out. I can get the best angle and stuff like that. Like, try and hide my bumps, my lumps, my cellulite, my back fat. And now I'm getting to the point now where posting a picture of my cellulite now, getting my bum reduced is like going in the right step of being me.
Yes.
Because I don't care. So I'm bothered about someone seeing a bit of back fat, or I'm bothered about someone seeing a bit of cellulite. What?
Yes.
Why?
Yeah. That's why I think what you're doing is so courageous and important, because you're normalizing normal bodies,
yeah.
right? Or, cellulite, your back fat, etc.
Yeah.
So as you think about even how you manage your social media,
I'm changing it. It's all starting to change now.
Okay.
Like
How so?
my posts, so like I'm posting now more realistic posts. So like I opened up the other day about, I wasn't going to do it. I was really apprehensive. Like I said, going back, I get nervous about being honest because I don't want to have backlash because I don't want to go back to a dark place again. But I thought, you know what it is? I'm gonna just be transparent with my audience. And one thing about me is like I'm very honest with stuff like this. So I thought I'm gonna do it, and I've had a really good response. So I thought I'm gonna just start loving myself again. Show people what I feel a bit unconfident about, like obviously my cellulite and stuff like that. So I posted that yesterday, and I feel better for it. I would always hide. I'd always edit my pictures. I'd smooth out my skin.
Oh, really?
Yeah, all the time. I'd always get in an angle where like I'm stretched out like that, just so like I look like long and slim. But now it's just like I'm going to start posting more like organic content and not giving a fuck about getting on Facetune, make me waist smaller.
Did you do that?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, yesterday.
This is incredible. What percentage of celebs do you think are doing this?
I think not even about just celebs. I think I think even younger girls as young as 15, 16, 17 are even doing this now.
Is there any, so this is terrible, right? This is terrible.
No, yeah, it is, because it's like you're posting it and like, yeah, you might think it looks good, but deep down that's not you.
Right.
So this is what I'm thinking, like the right step in the right direction for me is to start admitting my flaws. Stuff that like I am insecure about, showing that vulnerable side. And so like I put a post on yesterday about like my cellulite on my legs, which I've always been really conscious about. Like if I was in a bikini, I would have a kaftan on because I was embarrassed. So I think the right step for me is getting out there. That's me, that's who I am. And if you're going to judge us for cellulite, then you're not supposed to be around us. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
It's 90% of women have cellulite, and cellulite is so normal. Apparently, if you have cellulite, it's because you're a better person, have a better time and fun.
Oh,
but,
really?
But apparently, someone said that, but I don't know if it's true.
So if you have no cellulite,
You're boring. Yeah. So all the girls with no cellulite, you're boring. I'm joking. Ego, and I hope no one believes that.
oh my God. All right, so then are you now saying that you will not edit any of your photos going forward?
I'm going to try to. I'm not going to say never, because obviously I'm still quite insecure. I'm still trying to find myself. I'm on this journey, but I'm trying as much not to. Like yesterday, didn't edit my body at all. And that's a step in the right direction for me. Take baby steps.
Yes.
Walk before you can run.
Yes. Do you think that not editing is going to impact television projects, influencer
Hope so.
work?
I want new work. I want new dreams. I want, like I said, I don't want to just be known for Chloe Ferry drunk on TV, kick off Chloe, because that's not me. Like, this is my new era. Not only am I working on myself, I want new work opportunities. I really, this next 2 years, want to just expand.
Yes.
And just live my life, and not live my life in like someone else's body, basically.
Right. But I think that so many people want the procedures, want the look, because they know that's going to help them to actually make more money on television or through influencer work. So is that something that you're concerned about, that you could potentially make less?
Yeah, so hopefully like my story and being honest and vulnerable with you today is actually like people will go, well, actually, if she's had that much work done and just tried to change herself that much and she's still not happy and she's in a bit of a bad place, then surely I need to look at myself and actually take some more time and talk to my friends and family and think, do I actually need this done?
Yes.
Like, do you know what I mean?
Yes.
And I hope that I can help younger girls, because I wish that I had the advice of someone when I was young saying this, because maybe I might have listened.
Okay. Now, do you believe there's ever a time to actually get surgery, to get cosmetic surgery? Is it ever warranted?
It all depends on yourself, to be honest, because if you're really, really insecure about something, even just for example, if you're not on the public eye, like if you're really insecure about something that's really, really getting you down and you think it's going to make you feel better, then maybe. But I can't speak for other people. Obviously, it's totally on them. But like I said, if you are a person and you are thinking about getting surgery and you are insecure about something, don't rush into it. Please do your research. Please ask your friends, ask your family. Your family are going to be honest with you. Your family aren't going to lie to you. So just for example, if you feel like you've got your boobs are flat or you have got a big nose, like say like to your family, do you think I need this done? But your family are going to probably say no anyway. But just always sit with your thoughts and don't rush into anything like I did.
Yeah. I always say that, our village is really our superpower.
Yeah.
And we don't realize it. When we have friends and family who truly love us and adore us, that's where we go.
Yeah.
And I always say, look at what the consensus says. It's the same thing with relationships. It's like if you have a partner, say you have a boyfriend, right? And you bring your boyfriend to your friends and family, and he meets everyone, he spends time with everyone, and you sit them all down, 11, 12 of your family down, and you say, what do you think about my boyfriend?
Yeah.
I guarantee you, if the majority of them say leave him, you should leave him.
Yeah, 100%. I totally agree. 100%. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's the same thing. I think you're saying the same thing when it comes to procedures. You know, rely on the feedback of your friends and family.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's the most important, because your friends and your family, your true friends and family, will not lie to you.
Yes, they will not.
Yeah, definitely not.
They will not.
And also, I think about this as well, like if I was to have kids now and I could imagine my daughter saying this to us, that I'm going to get this done to myself, I'd be absolutely devastated. I'd be absolutely heartbroken that my daughter wanted to change her looks, because I would think my daughter was absolutely beautiful.
So then on that note, this is an important question. What do you say to all the young girls who watched Chloe Ferry on Geordie Shore and looked up and said, I want breasts like that,
I know.
or I want a butt
I know.
like that?
And that's devastating that I've done that to myself, because I do know that people do look up to us. I don't know why, but people do, they do look up to us, and I think I would hate to ever influence anyone to get cosmetic surgery because of me. And that's why I want to just step away from it. I hold my hands up. I've made a mistake. I got surgery and I massively regret it. If I could turn back time, I would. But it's only because I was so insecure about the way I looked, and because I was getting pinpointed as a young girl about the way I looked, and I felt ugly. I had no self-esteem, no confidence, and I was in a position to change it. And I wish that I didn't. It's a mistake. And the thing is, you can't ever regret mistakes or lessons, because you always learn from it.
Yes.
And that's what I've just need to remember, because if I don't think like that, I'm going to just dive down.
Right.
Everything's a stepping stone.
Yeah. But there's the new Chloe.
New Chloe, and I'm excited to meet her. Are you?
Oh my God, I've already met her. I knew her. I could tell you, I could pinpoint the moment. So we were in the mansion. There was one moment where you came in. It was Anna and myself, and we were talking to you. And it was the first time that you talked about, of all things, ice skating.
Yes.
And you walked out of the room, and I said to Anna, oh my God, she's, and I think I used the word, she's actually brilliant.
Yeah.
And it was one of those where I realized you were so much more than the person that you were presenting.
Yes, 100%.
And then I felt bad.
Yeah, because a lot of people obviously do judges, which it's life. People do, yeah.
It actually, I should say I felt bad for the judge. It wasn't for the judge. I felt bad because I felt like you were intentionally playing small.
What do you mean?
I felt like you were intentionally playing this role of, oh yeah, I'm kickoff Chloe. And there was so much more for you to give.
Yes.
But it's almost, and I don't want to say this is what you did, but my impression was that you knew what, the UK, you knew
was for.
what the UK knew you for.
Yeah.
And you said, I'm going to deliver it on this show.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to give you all of these other things. Like, here's this little sliver of my life. This is what I'm going to give you. But my life is so expansive. There's so many things that I love and I enjoy and who I am. And you reduced all of that just to give us this little bit. And that's when I said I felt sad. And that stood with me. And from that moment, I said, you know what? I'm going to keep my eye on her, because there will be a time where she no longer wants to play small. And there will be a time where she's grown out of this.
Yeah.
And this is exactly where you are now.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I'm grown out of it, aren't I?
Yes.
I'm ready for new things and new beginnings. I'm ready to be the best version of myself.
Yes.
And I know it's coming, Paul. It's hard. I'm struggling. I'm up and down like a roller coaster. But I know there's going to be light at the end of the tunnel. And you know what it is? It's powerful.
Yes.
I'm a boss bitch.
You are. All right. So then on that note, are there any other surgery plans? Because it seems as if you had lots of procedures, but now it's almost like we've started the reversal.
Reverse, yeah.
So are there any other plans?
So because I feel so much more in proportion, I do feel like myself a lot more than what I did with my bum. Like, I am thinking about doing something else as well. But obviously, like I said, I'm waiting for a bit. I'm going to speak to my friends and family about it. And then, like, who knows? I might be like Molly May. I'm joking. I'm joking. No. Yeah, I would love to. I want to go, like, hopefully one day, like, fully back to natural.
Okay.
But I'm just taking each step as it comes.
All right. Fully natural, 100%.
But I mean, I'd probably keep a little bit lip filler, to be honest, because I had bumhole lips. Like, when I smiled, there was just gum. So I think I'll probably keep a bit filler, to be honest. Christ, will not go all the way. But I think when I've, like, obviously healed and stuff from my bum, and then maybe, yeah, I might go for the next step.
Okay. Breasts? Maybe.
Not saying I'm not happy with my breasts, but if I'm on this sort of journey now, why not just go the full Shamonti?
Why not? I've never heard of bumhole.
That's bumhole lips.
Bumhole lips.
That was one of the comments that someone... I know I can laugh about it now because it doesn't affect it as much, but someone used to say I've got bumhole lips. So used to say when I used to smile, I just had gum because I had no lips.
Oh my gosh. These are the comments.
Yeah, so some of them were ridiculous. That's quite funny, bumhole lips, but it's like, yeah, basically that.
Wild.
You should, honestly, some of the messages I get, like, not even about that, like, some messages I get, Paul, I wouldn't even want to say it on here.
Yeah, I mean, it's the fact that people, I mean, I know that we're going to wrap, but the fact, like, I've never understood someone who, like, the psychology of someone who will spend time, go onto your, say, Instagram page, find a post.
Yeah, and comment.
And comment negatively or send you a direct message.
I know, I never understand it as well. You never ever do. When I look, I think, but you know what it is, Paul? It's more on them because they must. Could you imagine going on someone's picture and going, "You're disgusting, you"? I don't have time. And in fact, I'm so focused on myself now. I don't care what you're doing. Quite frankly, I'm on my own path. So these people must be just sat at home with the 10 cats and literally just think to make them feel better. So it says more about them. That's what I think. I think they're so low and they've got no self-esteem and they choose not to work on their self, and that's where they're going wrong. They're the insecure people, and that's what I figured out. But back then, when I was low and I needed all this clarity for all this surgery, I didn't know that. But now, because I'm so much more different to what I was then, if I knew that information, then I wouldn't have got the surgery. But now I'm so much more educated on everything now.
Yeah. You may not know this. When we first launched We Need to Talk,
yeah,
there was an initial list of guests that I created, and you were on the initial list.
Was that?
Yes, but didn't reach out. I didn't reach out.
Why?
Immediately.
Why?
Because what I've learned about this show is that it's important to have people who are on the journey.
Yeah. Yes.
So they can speak about. So I view life as storms. Mm-hmm. Everyone is in one of 3 areas of a storm. You're either in a storm, you're either heading to a storm, or you're either coming out of a storm. Mm-hmm. All of us are in this zone, and this is how we move through life.
Yeah.
This podcast is about those who've come out of the storm. Mm-hmm. We're coming out of the storm, so they can speak about the storm.
Yeah.
You are coming out of the storm.
Do you think?
I know so. I have no question. That's why when I messaged you, I said, this is your moment now.
It is, yeah, it is. Oh, God, it hits deep again. I'm going to get upset again.
But this is it. This is vulnerability. Mm-hmm. Vulnerability is stepping out into the unknown.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why you get emotional, because you've never been in this space before.
Never. And you know what it is, Paul? It's like a really scary feeling. Is it because I'm so vulnerable now? Like, normally I'd have my guard up and I wouldn't speak like this. But is that because, like, I'm vulnerable with you? Is that why I'm feeling like this emotional side?
I think because you're experiencing you were experiencing this before it was Chloe Ferry, the caricature that was created that you were playing to.
Yeah.
But you have stepped outside of that and you are now you.
Yeah.
And you are, admittedly, you're being vulnerable. You're scared to be hurt. Mm-hmm. But that's being human. Mm-hmm. You know, this is the right space for you.
Yeah.
But the key is you want to keep surrounding yourself with all these great people. Mm-hmm. And also you want to keep engaging in the things you love.
Yeah.
Like, what I'm walking away in particular from this conversation is how much love you had for ice skating.
Yeah, I did. I know. You seen how upset I got. And maybe I should get back into that because that's where I feel like I'm at my best. I'm my prettiest.
Chloe, I was going to say, because I try to give homework to everyone, my only homework to you is put those ice skates back on again. Please.
I know. I need you. I know.
Can you commit to do that?
Yes, I will do anything to help myself at this minute in time. So if I'm putting them ice skates back on, I will put them back on.
Put those ice skates back on. And it's not just that you're putting it on for you. You could put them on and you could teach.
I know.
You could, think you could mentor.
I know. I would love to do that. That would be my absolute dream. Just want to I'm excited. Obviously, I know I'm emotional, but I'm excited for this new era that I'm entering. But obviously, it's scary though, isn't it? Because I'm standing alone. I'm leaving that character behind that everyone thinks they know us as, and I'm entering this new womanly era where I want to do things different.
Yes.
That I want new doors and new opportunities to open, and where I can really be my true, authentic self. And you know what it is, and I'm really here for it.
Yes. So there's an exercise I used to do with my clients that I love to do with you real quick. It's called the ideal day.
Okay.
And in the ideal day, what you do is, let's think about a day 5 years from now.
Okay.
And I want you to think about, you wake up and step into it. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you smell? Where are you? And what's happening in that day? So 5 years from now, what's the ideal
So
day?
I'll be waking up. So the thing is with me, Paul, I've got to have routine. Got to have every morning wake up, I'll have my coffee. So I'll wake up, so I'll have kids. So my alarm will be set an hour before my kids wake up because I need to have routine. I need to have my morning myself, have a little coffee, little scroll in bed. Love it, on TikTok. And then and I'll get my kids up. I'll make them a breakfast. I'll feed me dogs. I'll take them to school. Then I'll go to the gym and then I'll go for a nice walk and I'll put some music on. And then I love cooking. I'm absolutely terrible at cooking, but I absolutely love it. So I'll come back. I give my bloody boyfriend salmonella, but I still cook.
Oh, really?
And I nearly killed him.
Oh, my God.
No, yeah, I know. So my ideal 5 years' time, I'm going to have kids. I'm going to be married. I'm going to be in a really good mindset. Hopefully going to have my own TV show, back on the ice. And probably if I've got kids, what will I smell? Probably nappies. Maybe nappies,
Yeah. All right. I love that. Chloe, anything else you want to talk about?
I think that's it. I think I don't have anything else to talk about. I tell you what, I've let it all out.
I was going to say, I think you have addressed it all. All right. So on that note, everyone gets a question here.
Okay.
Everyone, and this is my favorite question.
Right.
You have had some amazing conversations throughout your life.
Right, okay.
If you think back to the most memorable, who was it with?
Oh, this is deep.
Yeah, and what did you talk about? And most importantly, what did you learn?
I think one thing that someone said it was once that stuck with us is that don't ever care about what people are saying about you because these people don't pay your bills. So but it's with me, it's because when I'm in a bad headspace, it goes in one ear and goes out goes in one ear, then goes out the other.
Okay. So who was that with?
That was one of my friends.
Okay. And it stays with you.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But it's at the time I didn't really take it in when it went in one ear and went out the other.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely that.
All right. Fair enough. On that note, I have this to tell you, Chloe Ferry. I've always adored you. And I remember when we met, I thought there's something about her that I just like. And she's compelling to me. She's special. Mm-hmm. There was something special about you. And I think that we all know this. And that's the reason why you are loved. I think that you are loved much more than you are loathed. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, you probably don't feel that. But you are. Mm-hmm. And I think that there are many people who are like me who maybe weren't vocal enough in our love for you. Mm-hmm. And this is where I apologize. Because I think over the years, since 2020, so we've known each other for so many years,
yeah,
I never popped in to say, Chloe, I'm thinking about you. Mm-hmm. Chloe, I'm cheering for you. Mm-hmm. Chloe, I love what you're doing with the shop there. And I think I should have.
Yeah,
And for that, I apologize.
it's all right.
No, and I'm going to show up as that person. You're going to see. I'm going to be dropping you messages all the time now.
You're gonna be number one on my WhatsApp. You're gonna be number one. I love that.
Yes, I am. And I would encourage everyone to do that for everyone else, for all the Chloes in our lives.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I never knew how hurt you were.
Yeah.
I never knew how down you were. And I feel terrible not having showed up.
You would have never known because I kept it myself. So I don't want you to be upset about it. But thank you for saying that because that hit hard. Yeah. So thank you.
You got it. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Should we shake?
Forget the shake. Give me a hug. You know, Chloe, she's very passionate about what she says. There are a few things which I love. So the biggest is having a therapist. The fact that she was able to acknowledge that she needs one, and not just that she needs one, but she went out, identified one, and started sessions. The key piece for her is self-esteem. This is something that she's still working on and has to continue, because without a higher level of self-esteem, she will fall back into her old ways. When she held her hands up and said, I admit I shouldn't have done this, and I apologize. She's apologizing not just to herself, but she's apologizing to all of those, especially young girls who perhaps watched her go through this cosmetic surgery and then aspire or actually get the same cosmetic surgery. I am very excited about Chloe's next chapter in life. You can see that she is maturing, but she still has work to do. One thing in particular that I think she needs to do is fully identify what her values are and feed those values. So, for example, going back to the ice skating, to make sure that she is participating in that, and that's feeding her values, and that will help her tremendously with her self-esteem and self-love. So that's definitely one. She says that she is close with her mother, but she said a few times, I want her to be proud of me. And I don't think she fully has embraced that message that her mother gave her, and that is, Chloe, I'm already proud of you. And then last but not least, quite honestly, you could see she is proud of that business. She's proud of what she's accomplished with that and where she wants to grow that. I think that's a very healthy outlet for her energy and for her talent. So she's focusing on that. She's focusing on the relationship with her mother. She's focusing on these interests such as ice skating. I think she'll be in a much stronger position in the future. Can you believe that 80% of relationships end in heartbreak or dissatisfaction? Do you want to know why? Because of the myths we believe about love. So much of what we've been taught is wrong. Like, true love means never feeling attracted to someone else. Myth. You should never keep secrets from your partner. Myth. And the big one, never go to bed angry. Another myth. That's why I wrote Keep Love, to debunk 21 of the biggest myths and replace them with actionable truths that actually help. If you're ready to stop believing the myths and start building a love that lasts, Keep Love will show you how to get there. This is where it starts. Get your copy now from the link below.